why that thing's blasted in. I hope it's not doing that to the listeners, blowing their heads off like it is ours when that intro hits. Turned it down more. But anyway, welcome to the show, everybody. The Detroit Cast, Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Gentlemen, it's good to be with you.
Yes. Everyone have a good weekend?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Busy. I was at U of M all day on Friday.
What?
Yeah, yes. U of M.
The enemy?
The University of Michigan. Yeah, there's a campus day for like admitted students. So Manny and I were over there, getting tours and eating in dorms and stuff like that.
Yeah. Anything good? Was the food up to your standards? I mean,
absolutely.
That was the deciding factor when you just picked Western initially over Michigan State was 24-hour meal package, right?
It was not a 24-hour, but it was you could eat as many times each day as you wanted. So you could literally sit there all day long. You could leave, you could come back. Yeah. And it was just I couldn't pass it up.
Dude, I don't know why, but I love that story so much. I bet there's not another kid in America who's chosen their university with the meal plan.
I was a little bit rudderless at the time, and I knew I wanted to go to college.
Does it have to do with the fact that like you have the town club soda and some of this? Did you think that played a factor?
The value?
Yeah. No, not the value.
The fact that you could eat as much as you want.
I really like to eat, and I knew I'd want to eat a lot, and the idea of being limited and how much I could eat bothered me. It really bothered me. So it was between Western and State.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, man. I mean, I can
literally eat all day.
So
well, Jay, like I say that because like my sister and I have noticed that about ourselves. When I've talked about going on those 2-week trips as a kid, and the biggest thing was that we had an issue. Honestly, was we always were okay with most of it. But eating, and looking back at it now, my God, my dad's paying for 5 people a day to eat 3 meals. But like my dad would be someone like that would just like we'd go to the Motel 8 and they'd stale fucking bagels and dry cereal, and he would just be like, "Well, I was fine."
Yeah.
And my sister and I were like, "Fuck, man." And again, I understand looking back how much money he's spending, but like at the time, we're just like most of our arguments.
Concept of money and its value at that point. It was just like, I'm hungry. Why are we eating?
Right.
Peanuts?
Most of our arguments came because we were hungry. And so me and my sister, to this day, like if we were going up north together or something like that, we'll go into gas stations and be like, you know what? I could buy a candy bar if I want. God damn it. Like if I want a recess.
Yeah, because you're so limited. My dad was the same way. We traveled very similarly when we were kids, although I wasn't whacking off in the back of the van like Jesus was.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, similarly frugal, I'd say our fathers were.
Yeah.
And happy to just, like you say, just eat nasty, Dude, look, there's still one donut left from the day before when we left Tennessee or whatever. And there he is chomping on it for breakfast.
And then he would be like literally like, well, I ate something in the morning, and it'd be like 2 p.m. now, and it's like, okay, but we didn't, Dad.
We're starving.
Yeah, so I mean, we no, Manny is not going to make his college decision based on the meal plan. Yeah. We're in different spots.
So you guys basically went to U of M just for a free meal.
Well, it turns out that way, yeah. So Manny, as some of the listeners know, he was between State and Michigan. And so this was kind of like, let's go back. You can't poo-poo an offer from Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, you go there.
What a great university, you know?
Absolutely. Take a free meal. Yeah. And then flip them off as you leave town.
Well, you're going through this program, and like I said, it's this they're all admitted students, and it's kind of like they're beginning the propaganda and get you whipped up about coming here and all this stuff. And so they throw the Hail the Victors up there, and they're like,
a closing move.
Right. Yeah. They're gonna close it down with this, and everybody's gonna get get the arm going and all that stuff.
Thank everyone for coming today. Oh, by the way, one last thing.
Hey, this is your first history. This is your first history lesson at the U of M, and they told a story about the backstory. Oh, they had beaten Southern Illinois in 1896 or something, and they're riding the train back, and some dude in the back of the train writes this song.
Yeah.
And it's become the greatest, sports.
Has it?
It's one of the great ones. I mean, come on, fight songs of all time.
Right there with Notre Dame.
I don't know. Some of the lyrics have always kind of hail to the victors, valiant, hail to the.
I don't think it's
conquering heroes. Hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. It's the something in the West.
Champions of the West.
Champions of the West, and it was always like, man, not really. I think of West as way more West than Michigan.
Yeah,
but,
it's talking about the Rose Bowl, basically, isn't it? Right?
Is that what it is? Okay. Well, we should explain that. Champions of the West. Once we go to the Rose Bowl.
That's what I always assumed.
Then it makes a little bit of sense, but
I don't think it's the lyrics, dude. It's obvious.
I wouldn't have passed on the university over it. I'm not saying it was like a deal breaker.
Well, Manny kind of did.
The song or the West? I'm just talking about the one line that I took issue with.
So they throw the lyrics up there, and this and that, any alumni in the room, come on, get up and you do the first one, you show everybody how it's done, and all these guys fired up. Yeah. They're doing the whole thing, and then all right, everybody else stand up, and I look at Manny and go, look, you got to understand, I can't do this. And he's like, no, I get it. And he looks at me and goes, I don't think I can do it either, Dad.
Ooh.
And
see, now that's influence from parents. That's not.
No, it's not, dude.
Oh, it's got to be, dude. You guys are a Michigan State
We are.
family.
You know me though. I'm not this weird cultish kind of guy about that. And neither Gab nor I have entered this process with like trying to get him to go to one. We're obviously U of M's a great school. I'm not going to say, well, dude, our basketball team's better than theirs, and so it's just we're not like that shallow. Like this goes deeper. College choice comes down to meal plans and shit.
I was just going to say, you're not that shallow. Deep. Comes down to meal plans.
Right. So no, I really we went out of our way to really be stand back and just let him
pick.
Yeah, absolutely. And
you admit it, you would have been a little bummed. If he brought home maize and blue, wouldn't you just a little bit like, you little son of a bitch?
Nah, it would have been a little weird, but living in this state, everybody has family members that go to both and shit, so it wouldn't have been a big deal. But so
in that moment, he was like,
he's like, I don't really feel comfortable singing this song. He's like, I really want to go to state. And so
if he was at Michigan State, would he have no problem with doing the old red cedar?
He's very excited to go to state. Yeah, and that was the thing. And he was before we went to this final visit. So we wanted to just give U of M one more chance. Like again, you don't poo-poo something like that. So he was open to it, but it just wasn't feeling it.
I would go based on logos, and I like U of M's winged, helmet more than I like the Green S or the Spartan. But the selling point for real is Manfred, the chicks. The level of hotness between chicks is just not.
Let me tell you something.
Close.
I'm sitting there right before they put Hail to the Victors up there. I texted Deuced, who is our buddy, who everybody knows went to U of M. Big son. Yeah, good. Damn it, Marcel. Big U of M guy. And I texted him. I said, hey man, we're at U of M at this welcome thing. I said, where are all the hot bitches?
Michigan?
This is still a college campus, right?
Instead of just going, yeah, you got me there, he started arguing it. Like, no, you know what? Come spring, man, they come out. I'm like,
what's he talking about, dude? No offense.
Yeah. I love when Deuce gets his mindset on something, he's going to fight it. I don't know. Are you in the text string where every day I'm ignoring texts from him because it's like he sends me another story from some paper I've never heard of about how Trump doesn't have ties to Russia, but he's Putin's puppet for real. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah. As if, do you really believe Trump is like on the side, like, Vladdy, are you there? Here's what I found out today about inside secrets with the country.
You never know. The Mueller report is going to be coming out pretty soon. It feels like, right? Everybody's thinking that's coming out in the coming weeks.
I mean, I would be so utterly shocked by that, but I'm just like, I don't want to read this shit anymore. I don't care. Yeah. Show me something, that I can sink my teeth into.
When Deuce drills down on something, he drills down like the hot chicks at Michigan.
He's wrong about that.
Yeah, he's very, very wrong.
I'm wearing a Michigan sweatshirt right now.
It's an objective fact, man.
It is. Yeah. State has hotter chicks. Sorry.
State with a big win today, by the way.
Yeah, that was two solid teams. Fun game to watch.
Yeah, and State on the road, going to playing a really tough team and rival. Obviously, that was
undermanned. Two starters out.
Yeah. There was some other news in the family.
Russell. Dude. Saturday I spent all day at soccer. Yeah, Russell's been in this this series of trainings it's like a tryout process for a statewide team, and that son of a bitch made this team, man. He has a way of pulling shit off, man.
Dude,
Russell.
He's a stud, man. So is he really on the Olympic development team?
Well, yeah, for the state of Michigan. So he's don't
downplay this. This is fucking amazing, Jay.
Yeah,
it really is.
He's in the upper echelon of 2003 soccer players in the state.
So what do they give rankings like where you are as far as like?
Probably. I don't get into that.
Is that when he was born?
2003.
Oh my God.
That's something.
Him, man. Fuck him.
Oh my God.
He turned 16 today, man.
Graduated in 2003.
Happy birthday, Russell.
Today's his actual birthday.
Really? Do they get licenses at 16 or do you
Absolutely. He was pissed that today's Sunday, so he couldn't go get it,
Oh, they should let him go on Friday.
He was begging me to take him out of school tomorrow
Yeah, you should. Absolutely.
Come on, man. Wait till after school.
Russell, I'll come get you.
Didn't he just have like 20 days off?
Right. Yes, indeed he did.
Not to poke that bear again.
What's one more? Well, you're not going to be able to do that, Jay, because Mondays we're here later, and then he's going to be out of school, and the thing's going to be closed. We got to cancel the show tomorrow. That boy needs his fucking license.
Freedom.
Man. So, is it true that you're like, he's like probably in the top 15, top 20?
He's one of 17 field players on this team. Yeah. So.
Jesus.
Yeah, he's doing well.
Dude, that's amazing.
You can stay healthy.
For me, yeah.
Thank you.
Well, if you can stay healthy, that's not possible. He breaks a bone every other week.
That's true.
You see his arms. You don't really need your arms in soccer anyways.
He broke his wrist dancing last summer.
Of course he did.
Yeah. Well,
of course he did.
Hey, everybody, college hoops, they're heating up. As we mentioned, stop them by the Hamlin Pub to watch your favorite team on one of their numerous TVs and enjoy sports specials like the $7 medium hand-tossed pizzas, their boneless wings, or the Nacho Supreme. Of course, these specials are good at all 5 Hamlin Pubs locations, Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and the 2 in Shelby Township.
So I had an interesting weekend. Between the studio stuff, which it's
coming together, man.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Mm-hmm.
It's looking a lot better than it was on Friday.
Yes. We got the flooring finished and the wall prep to be painted there, and more equipment showed up, and it's been really exciting. But there's a lot of activity. There's people in and out. I'll be there at 2. I'll be there at noon. And so there's a lot of people. So I've just had to be here, and but that's been it's starting to get exciting. But I also, because of E's thing in the tent where I said, hey, $50 donation, and I'll voice one of those Proops videos for you.
Oh, been working hard on those?
Holy shit, dude.
How many do you have to do?
The amount of fucking people that sent me pictures and want a Proops video.
What are you talking, like 2 dozen? What?
It's in that range, I think, honestly.
A lot of people paid $50 to send a picture to me, and then I had to cross-reference it, like, did this person really, do it? And they'd give me little details, and I sat there for hours, dude. Hours on Saturday night. I'm sitting here. Finally, it's like 8 o'clock at night. I'm like, you know what? I got to get these things done. So I better dig in it. So I got typed up a thing, like a spreadsheet of people that donated. And then I'd go and see, like, okay, did that person send me any information? And a lot of them did.
Make sure they're not pulling wool. Like some dude just, go ahead, do this one.
Oh, I'll yank that fucking video so fast out of I'll come to your house and delete it myself if you're pulling wool. No shenanigans. But dude, you'd be shocked at how hard it is to like be original on everyone when you're doing like 12 in a row and you're trying to give
have to be original.
Yeah, because they paid a lot of money. You want to give them something special. And I end up just going like, all right, I'm going to be a dick. And so I like make fun of family members and rag on people. I started singing songs on some of them.
You're hoping shit is in the background that you can rag on?
Oh, yeah. That's exactly what I'm doing. And
the one
like some ugly chair, something like, this is the only chair I get to sit in all day, and it's ugly as fuck.
Dude, there was one girl. Yes, I'm like, well, this is what I do all day. I sit on this red thing, and it's a couch, whatever. It's like, this is my cat in the background, Guape, and I'm like, that's El Guape. I sit here all day like, si, senor, El Guape. You should be on the other side of the wall. I just fucking get in the weeds with these things. There were a couple where I went to their Facebook pages and trolled for information, dude. And I'm like,
oh, there you go.
See, you're doing it right, man. They got their money's worth.
I'm like, this couple appears to not be afraid of a party or a bar. It's just like, dude, I just went on a rant. Man, going to dinner? Why not have a few drinks beforehand? Going to the movie? Drinks. Going to the library? Drinks and shots. Going to Alcoholics Anonymous?
Oh, no.
Drinks. I'm just burying these people. And so I'm sitting there, dude, and I'm voicing all these things. And T-Roy had called, and he was out for the night. And so he calls, and I answered, and he's like,
banging bitches and shit.
Oh yeah, he's just running around, just banging. Doing
alley cat, man, doing his alley cat thing.
He's just trolling, man. It's a weekend and shit, man. I gotta get out there and fuck come out, dude. So no, he was at a concert actually, and so he calls
his dick.
I wouldn't doubt it. So he calls. He's like, yo, man. He's like, yo, what up, T? He's like, you gonna be home, man? I was like, yeah, I'm home now. He's like, all right, my girl Essie's coming by. I picked something up for her. It's like on my dresser. It's just in a white bag. Can you give it to her? I was like, yeah, no problem. And so I'm sitting. I go back to doing what I'm doing. Oh, look at this guy. Yeah, pretty cool guy. Getting fights with my sister over there. She can be a real asswipe. All of a sudden, there's a woman in my house. She's looking at me like, what the fuck, dude? I've met her once before. I'm literally in the middle of like screaming at my phone.
Yeah.
And so at this point, I have to explain what the hell I'm doing, why a grown man is in his
Saturday night, by the way, like
on Saturday night, talking to his phone and doing retarded voices. And so I'm like, we did this charity thing, blah, blah, blah. So she ends up sitting down. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's T wanted me to give you this. I give her the bag. And so we're sitting down. And she's like, that's really cool. I'd go through the whole charity thing and what we did. And she's like, God, man, I love that shit. Turns out she's a lawyer. She's got her own firm.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And yeah, I know. And she's really cool. We're hitting it off. We're just shooting the shit for like an hour. I'm like, hey, you want a glass of wine?
You end up banging this chick, don't you?
No, I didn't.
Is that the end?
No, it's better than that. So I give her a glass of wine. I got my cocktail, and we're sitting there talking. And she's like, man, I feel like there's something pulling me to a like some sort of, creative outlet that I'm not getting fulfillment with work, just like being a lawyer. And
imagine that.
I'm like, yeah, I know, I know how you lawyers are. And so finally I'm like, dude, you're really fun, man. I go, well, why don't you do it then? Why don't you do it? She's like, well, I don't know. What am I going to do? I'm like, fuck it, man. Let's go downstairs.
Do a podcast.
Slap on the headphones and we'll just bullshit. She's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, members area. We'll throw it in members area. This broad and I fucking hammer out an hour.
There's an hour. I just posted an hour of you and SA2K?
SE2K, which is cool. 2K, but it's TUKE. And so.
Is that Nigerian?
It is actually. Yeah, very good. Yes. And she's fantastic. I'm like, Essie, you got to do this. Do we end this thing? I'm like, Essie, I want to thank you for coming in. That's really cool. Give your phone number out if anyone out there needs help. She broke down the whole divorce proceedings and how they go with families and da-da-da-da-da, what mistakes people make. It was really fascinating to talk to her. And she was funny, good, engaging. She'd never had headphones on before, never talked into a mic before. Blew me away. I get done. I'm like, all right, well, there you go, folks. Hope you enjoy me and Essie talking about divorce. And I shut it off and she just goes, puts her head in her hands. She's like, oh my fucking God, that was amazing. Is that what you do? I'm like, yeah, pretty much.
Bug is bitter.
Yeah. And she was like, that was amazing. I'm like, you should think about doing it. So we might have a fucking lawyer over here doing a divorce. I don't know what we'll do, but it was, if people are interested, Jay just posted it and, I had E listen to it and he's like, and E, you were impressed.
I liked it, man. Yeah. I thought she was good. She has a good voice.
Let us know if you like Essie, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Give us some feedback on Essie.
That would be very cool to hear because I'm my usual smart ass self all throughout it. So it's not like it's some weird thing. I'm weird and
yeah, no, you're right. It's still
I'm still a smart ass.
You're still you. It's not like all of a sudden now you're just like getting in the weeds of lawyering and you're not making
I'm making comments like
obnoxious comments.
Everybody knows if you're facing divorce, the best thing to do is have a kid.
That's a great move.
And she's just pauses for a second. She's like, oh, Jesus Christ, you're an asshole. So yeah, I think people will find it interesting. I did. I was glad E did too. So check it out. It's in the members area.
In the members area, of course, if you're not a member, you can go to DetroitCast.com and find a tab to the far right, members area, and there you'll find different membership levels, and one will suit you, no doubt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And E, I saw you getting. Didn't you go to some concert?
Well, yeah. I went to see Alan Jackson up in Grand Rapids, and
is it true there was a video posted of you singing Sponge songs?
Oh boy, I got a got a little tipsy.
Yeah, you got a little tipsy.
Oh, I ended up going. I ended up going with a listener actually, because I was supposed to go with this girl, and she dropped out last minute. So I reached out to a listener that happens to know that's in the country, and I went with him, Spencer. And,
into country.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, into country. Sorry. And so yeah, we went, and man, dude, we tied one on. I was celebrating, with the SOS thing last week and stuff.
Sure, you earned it.
And then it turns out freaking DTRBM is up in Grand Rapids because they're doing a beer festival. So him and his wife and other casters were there, and now we're here in the hotel room at 3 a.m. or so. And
oh boy,
E at 3 a.m. is a sight to behold. He really is.
By the way, there may or may not have been a security situation to the room where we were being a little too loud.
That's what I heard. Like all of a sudden at the end of the video that you just hear on the door. It's like, oh shit, security's here.
Well, I got one of those little attachable Bluetooth little speakers, because before the concert, me and Spencer are just sitting there drinking Bud Lights and listening to country music. And so I'm cranking Sponge at like 3:30 in the morning trying to sing.
He's singing karaoke to songs he doesn't know the words at all.
I know.
He doesn't know the words at all.
I know what it was. I just want to do the thing I just want to do with my hands up like I'm holding a microphone and trying to be a rock star. Right, exactly. So that happened.
Did the security get on?
Well, you know what they did?
Or what?
This was actually, I don't know if this is normal procedure, but all they do is they knocked on it, they banged on it. You guys got to be quiet, and then they were like, oh, okay, and they go, well, you can go down to the common area if you want. So then we just go down to the lobby and continue the party in the lobby.
Really? At 3 a.m?
I don't know. It might have been later at that point, but we did. Then we just go down to the lobby. And
you guys just brought your beers down there?
Yeah, we brought our beers down.
That's pretty cool. Speaker. I like that.
No, we didn't bring the speaker.
It's a good move by a hotel. They're like, look, these guys are going to be shitty all night. Might as well send them to a spot where they can't bother anyone.
Yeah, it was a fun night though, man, for sure.
That's great.
And it was cool that I love this podcast. I love doing this because I have an awkward time making friends, man. And it's been actually really cool that I get to almost make friends through this shit.
Oh, for sure. We've all made friends.
Yeah, and it's like friends that just people I'd never meet before. Now here I am on a Saturday night with a younger dude, and we're just having a great
Wow.
freaking time.
Meet younger men through this podcast. I do. Wow.
And older gay men.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Jerry's one of your best friends.
Right. Oh, hell yes.
Hey everybody, it's February. The weather sucks. The Tigers have reported to spring training, however, and every day has a little bit more sunshine than the last. To celebrate, Zott Ford and Holly wants to warm the cockles of your heart with their annual $99 payment party. Lease a new fun-to-drive 19 Ford Fusion Hybrid, or lease a new sporty 19 Ford Escape, or lease the new family-friendly performance SUV, a new 19 Ford Edge, your choice, as low as $99 a month. Celebrate the $99 payments and early spring with your friends at Zott Ford and Holly.
Hey, one of the other things that happened over the weekend is we've been Jay dealing with J. Chris Newberg.
Yeah.
And he's got a podcast that we're about to launch here from the platform. It's called Heroin Has a Great Publicist, which I think is a dynamite name. And so Chris we sent him some recording equipment, and he has
no problem turning it on and talking.
Dude, he turns it on. He'll do like a 10-second thing with his guitar, like episode 1, whatever he does. And his girl Michelle is there, who's smoking hot, by the way. And he recorded a show.
20 years younger than him?
21.
Oh, okay.
Yep, 21.
Good for him.
Sorry, Michelle.
Super fucking cool though. Really, really cool, funny. You can just tell. And they really get along well. So I'm like, yeah, just start doing shit. And so we've been talking about what kind of thing he'll do. And so he's like, episode 1, I'm gonna send it to you tonight. And so it doesn't come. And then he's like, I deleted it. It fucking sucked. I listened back to it. It blew. I'm re-recording episode 1. It's like, asshole. Why would you let me listen to it? Don't ever delete it. Like,
well, he's not delete it, right? Don't.
Yeah.
Why would
he's like, nope, not sending it to you and Jay. Fuck that. And so he's like, I'll do a better one. And so he does. He sends me one. And you listen to it. I listen to it. We both really liked it.
He's really good, man. Not everybody can just flick on a mic and start talking. My man has the gift of gab for sure. And
yes.
He's funny as hell.
And you don't even think about it, because when people do it well,
Yeah, no, it's seamless. It's just,
yes,
you're just listening to a guy, and he has great stories.
Yeah. And I didn't realize how many stories he had and how long he's been doing it. And I mean, I guess if I really thought about it, I'd be like, yeah, I've known him for a long time. He's been doing it all along.
Well, his music days go way back too. So he had a lot of experience just traveling around on stage that way.
Yes. And so his first episode, he's kind of going through, who he is and da-da-da-da. And I just thought it had a great pace, and it was really good and funny and just good. And he didn't overdo it. It's like 30 minutes long. And so the second episode comes in, and I told him, I was like, dude, this is really good. Once we drop this, it's going to be great. He's been on my ass every day. I'm getting 10 fucking, and you know how busy we were last week. He's texting me every 10 minutes. Did you listen to it yet? Oh, hi, my name is Mike Walters. I ask friends to do podcasts, and then I don't fucking listen to them ever. Thanks, dickhead. Right. I'm getting that kind of shit all day long. And I'm like, dude, for real, I'm super busy. Stop texting me. I swear I'll listen to it. I listened to episode 2 over the weekend with T-Roy, and dude, we laughed our fucking balls off for 36 minutes. It's fantastic. I couldn't be happier for him and for what he's doing. I cannot wait to drop this thing and to have people be able to go and listen to this. I think people are really going to enjoy it. They're not very long. This one's 36 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, Jay and I are going to be definitely proud to promote this, get our voices behind it. He's like, can you please help me just get more than 2 listeners? You think more than 2 people will listen? I'm like,
well, I got 2 there.
I think we can.
I listened to his old one, and
what was the name of that one? It was like, it had a weird name.
Yeah, name escapes me, but he's got experience doing this. He did at least 40 episodes of that.
Yeah,
with a variety of people.
But no one listened.
I mean, right. It
That's
wasn't.
What he was saying. That was his bitch. He's like, fuck, man. How do you guys do it? How the hell? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. We're wondering how you get more, too. Everybody wants more listeners.
But the thing is he has a lot of experience on the mic. He's not like this guy that we're going to be like, oh, yeah, listen to his first episode ever on the mic. This dude, he knows how to talk. And he knows the rhythm of it. And he's really good.
And then he dropped, as we finished listening to episode 2, boom, blink, midnight, episode 3 drops. Like, fuck, man.
Forward that to me.
Yeah, I will. And are you not on the Dropbox thing?
No,
We've got to link you into it.
Yeah, I have to ask him. You give it to me, I ask him, he okays it. It's whatever.
That's a bad process. We need to fix that.
Seems like there's a step in there.
Way too many steps. There's at least 1, maybe 2 steps that are really unnecessary.
I can count 2. Yeah, I can count 2 steps.
That are totally unnecessary. Yeah. So I start listening to it, and I thought I knew what he was going to do, and I haven't listened to very much of it. I ran out of time, but I listened to the open of it, and he's like, well, kind of a bummer day today, I got to be honest with you. And he's like, the episode's fucking great. Trust me, it's good. You're going to like it. I'm like, okay. Or he did a fire emoji. That's like the episode is fire emoji.
Oh, did he spell it out or did he put the fire emoji?
He's new.
Oh,
dude.
He doesn't know.
Amateur. Yeah, he put the actual fire emoji. I was like, ugh, do we really want this guy on the platform? And so I start listening to it, and he's fucking bummed out, man, because Brody Stevens, the comedian and actor, the day before on Friday, I guess it was, they believe committed suicide. And I'm like, fuck, Brody Stevens. Do I know him? I mean, not personally, but what do I know him from?
I knew him by sight, but I did the same thing. I'm like, wait a second.
Who is that? The Hangover. He was in The Hangover, and I'm like, I would know. I mean, I watched that movie like a week ago. We were watching that, and so I was like, I'm looking at him like, yeah, I recognize him, but I don't know why or what. And then I watched the scene from The Hangover.
Yeah, remind me, which one was it?
Well, remember when they get arrested?
Oh yeah,
he's the cop there.
Okay, who tases him?
Well, does the cop tase? Well, who's the other guy? He was the military guy, Rob.
Whatever.
Yeah, you know the guy that's on Fox Sports doing the funny picks and shit. Rob Kringle, Pingle, Jingle, whatever his name is. But he's doing the thing, and he's got the three guys, and they got a classroom full of students, and he's like, at one point, Brody Stevens goes over, the guys are handcuffed to the bench before that, and he's like, this is what we call Loserville or whatever. You don't want to be like these guys. And then he's in the room where they're all standing there, and he's like, well, let these kids tase you. And Rob, whatever, goes, all right, kids, who wants to tase him? And all the kids' hands go up, and you look, and there he is in the corner with his hand up too, like he's one of the kids, full cop uniform. It's a subtle thing, but it's really funny, man. And really, what a sad story. Anytime someone at I think he was like 48 years old.
48.
And the Comedy Store is where these guys have their usuals. If you're in LA, the Comedy Store, or there's a couple big ones that they'll go to, and the Comedy Store is where J. Chris Newberg's is. That's where he goes.
Okay.
And so he knows Brody. He's like not best friends or anything like that, and they both did a lot of writing. And so when you're in those writing rooms, and he kind of goes through it on his podcast about like, you're on the Paramount lot or you're on the CBS lot if you're writing for a certain show. And we'd pass each other a lot on the lots depending on what show we were working on, and it was always very cordial, and just one of those guys that is super, super respected by other comedians. You always hear about those guys. They're just industry insiders, love him, and he was one of those guys. So they are already putting together a benefit for him. The evening is going to be called Brody Stevens Festival of Friendship. Will take place March 5th. And Doug Benson was tweeting about it. If you're in LA on March 5th, you should go to this. Wish I could be there, but I'll be at sea. All proceeds go to his family, and then to mental health awareness. And I mean, it's just
sad, man. Too many comics go that way.
Yeah, I know. And J. Chris Newberg was texting me over the weekend, because I was like, hey man, I'm sorry to hear about your buddy. I actually learned it. I was informed from Chris's show. Like I hadn't even heard the news yet. And he heard it that night. He was on a private jet with Russell Peters. And,
I saw that in Instagram.
Yeah, and Russell, looks nice, huh?
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, and so Russell heard the news and then told Chris, and and then I heard it in the podcast, and I texted Chris and was like, hey man, really sorry about your buddy. He's like, yeah, he's like, believe me, man, I know what that feels like to be a comic, and we're fucked up people, and it's really easy to get to dark places, and I've gotten really good at just like never letting myself get too like, dude, don't ever get to that level. And it's really, really, really sad. You just hate to see that stuff, especially with talent. I mean, with anybody, it doesn't matter that he's talented, but tough loss for the community of comedy.
Indeed. Hey, insurance, we all need it. Most of us don't know what kind of coverage we have or who provides it. Let fellow TDC listener Brent Wasik from Wasik Insurance Services change all that. Brent has over 30 years in the business. I bet he has over 31 years in the business at this point, as a matter of fact, and he offers all types of insurance coverage: auto, home, health, life, business, commercial, and more. Call Brent Wasik at 734-455-1900 and get a free, no-obligation quote today. Again, that's 734-455-1900.
Obviously, you'll have to deal with his assistant. He's still in Russia, I believe.
Yeah, we got a video from him still. Looks like he's still over in Russia. No.
Did you see the video for Brent?
Brent
Wasik filmed the video of him in Russia still.
Well, we were talking because Tara was talking about it was the last night a charity thing, and Tara was gonna give some money, and we were deciding how much she could give, and we decided like that the one thing we needed was like proof that like
proof of life
of Brent Wasik.
Brentley Wasik.
Yes, we're like, obviously we think he's still in Russia. He went for the World Cup. And so all of a sudden the video comes back and he's got like a Russian hat on. He's sitting on a pile of snow with a Russian scarf and a thing of vodka.
Sweet.
Like, hey, everybody, Detroitcast fam. I'm still here in Russia.
That's awesome.
It's fucking great.
Probably like midnight, by the way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's fucking hanging out there still. It's funny as hell.
Yeah, he's a funny guy, good sense of humor, good dude, man. He has hooked up a ton of listeners in terms of insurances and always looking out for you. Like I said last year, called me out of the blue. Was like, hey, I can save you $200. All you need to do is sign some new papers. We're going to move you over to a new company. So that's kind of dude he is. He looks out for you and he'll get you the best deal possible. He
actually was like, look, I'm gonna put you here, Mike, because there was a little bit of a snafu. I don't drive that often, and so I had a little lapse in coverage that went for, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. Well, it happens. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, sir. And so
was your gas bad? Did your gas go bad in your tank?
Maybe. Yeah. No. Well, it got to the point where it was like, oh, I gotta get my plates renewed, and oh shit, my fucking insurance lapsed, and I didn't know. And
there was some white privilege.
Yeah, right.
Driving around without expired plates.
I don't drive around though.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. It was basically, my car was. It's like putting your car in the garage for the winter. And so
it's like one of those barn finds, somebody's going to find a 2016 Ford Escape.
Yeah.
It's going to be like mint
with 3 miles on it. And so I called Brett in a panic. And I'm like, dude, I haven't had insurance. Well, my insurance company wants me to pay the back insurance. I'm like, no.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened. And had I fucking gotten a crash, you wouldn't have said, pay the back shit. We'll pay the fucking,
that's
we'll pay
bullshit. I don't like that.
I gambled. I rolled the dice. I won. Fuck you.
Wow, that's
isn't that infuriating?
Yes. They fight as hard as they can not to ever pay anything.
That is bullshit.
Isn't that fucked up?
Wow.
I was like, I don't think I should be on the hook for this $600. And he's like, no, I don't think so either.
Yeah.
And so he's like, all right,
just
here's
move
what
you
we're
to
gonna
a new company or
he
what?
He put me in a new company. He said, look, listen, you had really good, that company you were with was really good. So we're going to put you in this for 6 months, and then we're going to get you back over there.
Okay.
Now that you've left that company, blah, blah, blah. So he did a little switcheroo, a little wool was pulled, but got me back on track. Now I'm on auto pay,
it's
everybody.
All on the up and up.
Yeah. And then, dude, I didn't even talk. I don't know. I don't think I told you guys this. The health insurance issue. And I had some questions. I've had health issues over the last year. Brent and his boy came over here and sat here for 3 hours and broke down for me the world of health insurance.
Yeah.
And really dove in exactly what I was dealing with, what this shit means. He was fantastic. So if you're on the edge or, it doesn't hurt to blow in a call to him.
Yeah. No cost, no obligation. That's 734-455-1900. If you can't do better than what you already have, then, good luck to you. I'll tell you and move on.
Exactly. And he's done that too.
Mm-hmm.
No, dude, you're good. Stay where you are. You probably have to Skype with him at least for a little while longer while he's in Russia. But after that, you're good to go. Oh boy, Bob Kraft. What are you doing, Bob Kraft?
Oh, Bobbert.
God.
Don't you picture these guys with like way high end escorts?
Of course, the guys were $6 billion.
You don't picture this just in some skanky like plaza massage parlor.
Is that where I don't know anything about it other than it happened?
Shithole. It is a shithole, like shut down by the health code people. Like they're talking about, oh, dude, it sounds grim. And that wasn't there another like multimillionaire CEO tied up in it, and some golfer or something.
Yeah, bank exec and some golfer.
Those guys are probably livid. Like, oh, fine, Bobbert.
It would have been nothing. You wouldn't have been part of any sort of story except for Bobbert. Bobbert's got the name.
All of a sudden, boom, spotlight on all the names.
Spotlight.
Everyone's like, just in here getting a massage, getting a little jerk going, and now I'm tied to this because of Bob. Thanks, Bob. Can you imagine? You're sitting there and you see Bob Kraft come waddling in the front door.
Crazy to me.
The door opens.
To me, that's the story. The level of horror that he's partaking in.
Yes,
it's crazy.
Yeah, why is Robert Kraft having the same girls that I've dealt with at times in my life? Like he's a billionaire.
Fucking Craigslist on this shit.
T-Roy was like, man, what's wrong with that? He wants to go in. I go, it's not that, T. It's the fucking reckless nature of it.
Yeah.
He's basically, it's not just him. He's basically putting his faith in the other 500 guys that go in and out of there, that one of them doesn't get caught by their wife, and then she calls the fucking cops, and now he's in a sting operation.
Yeah.
That he's part. Like everything is on the table. You don't know.
Yeah.
I like why? If you're worth $6 billion, you've got multiple houses. Pay $20,000 to have some high-priced smoking hot hooer.
Dude, have one 24/7 in whatever house you need her to be in. I mean, it's crazy to me.
Simple. Honey, I hired a new maid. Just sneak off to the East Wing for a little bit. Get your little jack-off
Is
session
it possible
going.
he's into dirty whores? You know what I mean? Like, that's part of the attraction is just this grossness. Like, yeah, I'm into just the street level.
I don't know what the other answer could be.
Right.
Like, honestly, I was thinking about
so reckless and stupid and cheap. Like,
cheap. Dude, it's like $59, and then you have to give a tip, and it's like he's really pulling 20s out of his pocket.
Which is bullshit,
to pay some
by the way.
Dude,
he's going to object to the
I've talked
tip.
about this before. This is bullshit. They sit there on fucking your back page isn't here anymore or whatever, but Craigslist shit. The notion that you got to get there, $80 for the massage, and then like, oh, tips appreciated. It's like, dude, that's the hand job. The money for the hand job's a tip. Like,
here's the problem with what you're thinking, E. E does not want the fucking massage at all. E wants to come in strong. Here's $80. Here's my dick. Jack it off till it shoots. Yeah. Most guys go in with a towel. They get the massage on. She starts working the inner thighs, and then it's like, ooh, scooch that butt up a little bit. See if she'll get under there by the ball.
Right.
It's a whole. You're an hour in.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, time's up unless.
There you go.
Whack. And then you're paying the $40 extra or whatever for that.
Okay.
But E, if you come in strong and just go, here's $80, here's my dick, just do that, and then I'll be out of here in 3 minutes.
I would think they'd be open to that, right?
That's a good point. That's a good point. I've not
open up a time slot.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, your favorite customer, Isis, is here. In and out.
Speaking of this, gentlemen, you guys have got to get to my strong-handed.
I know, dude. I know.
I've got a coupon.
He's
not going to jack me off, is he?
No, he's definitely not going to do that. I can guarantee you that. He will not. But, dude.
I mean, you're basically the company spokesperson.
SystematicMassage.com.
Where are they at?
They're in Auburn Hills.
That's the only problem with it for me is that it's honestly, Auburn Hills is just a bitch to get to from where I am.
Oh, it's not a bitch.
Yes,
and I
it is.
one, man.
For
I need
me,
a massage.
It is for me
You'll
to get
love
there.
it, man.
I know. But
75 minutes.
But Mike just said it's not a bitch. Like, dude, from where I am, it's hard to get there. I hated when the Pistons were in Auburn Hills, honestly. Like, I like the Palace, but Detroit's easier for me.
You have no idea what you're missing. A good masseuse. Oh.
A strong-handed male masseuse.
Oh. I told you about the therapeutic sports massage I got. Beth got me for Christmas one year. And I'll be honest, I was, I went in and I was stereotyping, I was judging, and I went in and it was it was amazing.
Yeah.
I love this man's hands all over my body.
The man has massaged horses. He can handle you.
Yeah. What's his name again?
John from SystematicMassage.com.
Where is it? Fuck, I keep reading.
Auburn Hills.
In Auburn Hills. Do you have the number handy?
I don't have the number, but it's SystematicMassage.com.
I wonder how many people, if any, have gone in there like, I want Jay's fucking male masseuse to.
He's mentioned me. He has several. He's like, thanks,
awesome.
Bro. Sure.
Well, the funny thing is, you would absolutely not in any way be promoting him or mention him if he didn't do a fantastic.
Oh, right. No.
Like, you have to do exceptional work for Jay to go, okay, this was so over the top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this guy out there. He can help you.
And he wants you guys in there, so get there.
I'm gonna go in there. So back to Bob Kraft. This is at the Orchids of Asia Day Spa. This sounds
orchids?
Is it orchids? Orchids. Yeah, probably the orchids. Yep. You're probably right about that.
Some people might say orchids. But...
It's located in a beautiful strip mall, less than a mile from the ocean. Look at that. Now, they have these all over.
It could be worse. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It could be a hell of a lot worse. But just, God, still, man. 6 billion? You said 6? 6 billionaire?
6 billion.
Yeah. My Lord.
6 billionaire.
So look at this. The image of like the camera people starting to cover it.
Dude, people that are like Jets fans and Dolphins fans are flocking to this, taking selfies, and they're all, instead of just going cheese, they're going Kraft cheese and taking their selfies. This is like the spot to be right now. Now, these are all over Northern California, and they say foot massage.
Mm.
And they're on every street corner. And it's like $20. You go in, and the shit they do, it's amazing. It's amazing. Now, I've never had anyone offer, but it's like rows of people. It's like, this guy's just getting his head massaged, and then I'm getting my toes done.
What?
It's kind of weird, but it's like, dude, it's awesome. For $20, you go in there and half hour, 45 minutes, and then working it out. It's kind of cool. This does look like not a totally shady place, but yeah, police said they have video evidence of
God, would you like
Robert
to see
Kraft.
that video? We had Robert Kraft parking his car in a strip mall and
Do
then
you think
walking.
he drives himself, or does he have a driver take him?
Good question. That's the level we're talking here, you know?
I wouldn't think it'd be safe for him to just drive around in his, if he's in an escort or something, just cruising town. I wouldn't even think it was safe.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Man.
You would think he would have a driver, and I mean, he's just worth too much money. You steal that plump bastard, fucking make some calls.
Right.
Oh. So, yeah, they said he and Mr. Kraft, the spokesperson for Bobbert says, we categorically deny that Mr. Kraft engaged in any illegal activity, but declined further comment. Boy, oh boy, when the people are saying, we did a fake bomb threat and got everyone out of this place because we'd heard some shit was going on, and so we went in. Oh, there's a bomb threat. Everyone out, and then we went in and fucking put cameras everywhere. And so this was it. And so for quite a while, the cameras were just rolling 24/7, high def in all the rooms.
How long before that leaks? Bobbert getting a handy.
But when you find out that, and it's like Bob Kraft was there twice, engaging in, graphic blah, blah, blah. And it's like, we categorically, it's like, I'd back off on that categorically deny thing. Much more.
Why? What's the danger in saying it? All these lawyers do that, right? All these defense lawyers, they always do, because they got to just come out strong and try to, like Jesse Smollett's lawyers are saying the same goddamn thing, right?
Yeah, but couldn't you, if you're Robert Kraft, you go, well, he was taken advantage of. He went in for a simple massage, and when she put her mouth on his panous, he froze with fear. Yeah. Hashtag me too. You know what I mean? But if play it that way. But how do you explain, like, why is your dick in her hand and mouth? Yeah. What's up with that? And so they deny it. Much more is yet to be revealed in the coming days and weeks after Kraft's name was released, drawing way more attention than this would have ever got for a simple human trafficking story. So last July, a detective responded to a complaint from the health department about conditions at this day spa, which they thought, they were like, might be some human trafficking going on here. And this is the risk, dude. There's a complaint, and now you had nothing to do with it. No one saw you or heard you. You're just involved with the shitty operations.
It's caught in the net, man.
Yes. And so they said there was evidence that employees were living there 24 hours a day, cooking on the back steps. Oh, man. He's at a place that's got a barbecue grill on the back steps. Fuck me. What are you doing, Bobbert? Some of them were sleeping on massage tables. That launched an investigation that spread to a cluster of day spas in the area. And so employees of these spas came to the United States from China. How sad is this, dude?
China.
Seeking jobs as they want to be maids or work in a restaurant. Instead, they ended up trapped as sex workers, serving as many as 1,500 guys a year. Yeah. No days off, no means of transportation, and hygiene that was described as minimal at best. Because of these conditions, authorities decided that's where they were like, this isn't just simple prostitution. This is human trafficking. Yeah. Yes. So Kraft has been identified by police as one of the Johns. Oh, you don't want, in quotes, Johns next to your name. Receiving illegal sex acts connected with this trafficking ring. So they said police discovered beds, dressers containing medicines, and other personal items, refrigerators with food and condiments. Let's see, they pulled up so they go through the garbage. They're finding like spreadsheets of client information. Police observed only male clients, which is weird. You're only getting males in there. The men entered the day spa, paid by cash or credit. What moron is paying by credit card? Are you shitting me?
My God.
Come on, sir. Bob Kraft. Yeah, here's my visa. Really, dude? So they pay at the front desk, and they were taken to a room where they disrobed and laid on a massage table, fully nude. These men then received sexual acts from female spa employees who used their hand and or mouth to stimulate the client's genitalia. Sounds like a classic Beach, right?
Pretty classic, yeah.
Until he reached climax.
Interesting. What a way to describe it.
I know.
You know, engaged in oral sex.
What are they going to say? She sucked his cock until he came. And I wish they would say that, but they won't.
Be more fun.
Yeah. And then they cleaned him up with a towel. That's a nice added perk. I don't know if they all do that. A few also touched or stimulated. All right. What clown is fingering the China doll who's jacking you off? Really, dude?
Hasn't showered in 3 years.
There was no mention of vaginal intercourse, but there were some possible shenanigans. Wool might have been pulled because at certain times for minutes at a time. They said the lights would go off, and you couldn't see what was really going on in there. So the chicks might have just killed the lights and then sat on it really quick a bunch of times, hopped up and down like a bunny. She's doing that ball, that big ball that you can bounce on.
And what'd you say the going rate was there?
I think I have it in here in one of these stories. Let's see. I think they said it was 59 or 69.
So Isis, is that pretty?
Yeah, I think so.
It's pretty good. Huh?
I mean, I haven't been a few years now, but yes, that was.
Let's see here. Oh, one of the things, and this was. I apologize, gentlemen. So police asked the health inspector to go inside as part of this investigation. Massage equipment was not safe or sanitary. Beds, clothing, kitchen also found were bags. I didn't write this.
Oh no!
I did not.
Here we go. Yeah,
I did not write this. Okay. I just want to be clear. Also found were bags, plural, of seminal fluid in the trash can. Oh no!
What?
You're using the same bag? That says you're basically
you're collecting. That's
collecting.
An intentional collect. You don't find bags of seminal. That's intentional. They're milking these guys.
Yes. What are you doing with those bags of seminal fluid? Can you imagine?
There's just like
we've got a secondary market.
I just picture one of those Chinaman boys, wearing an apron, kicking the back door, and he's got that black bag over his shoulder.
Just full.
Just kicks the door open like he's taking the trash out. He's got some empty boxes.
And you can tell it's just liquid in there.
And it's just he's just sloshing.
Yeah.
And there's always a leak somewhere.
It's like those bags of fat they stole in Fight Club, Yes. God damn.
He's just like the things that horrible, gross dumpster out in the back alley is open, and he's just winging bags of seminal fluid.
No, I think there's a secondary market here, Mike. I think something's going on.
But if you mix it all together, Bob Kraft cum has probably got a value to it.
I would imagine.
What are the odds they're Patriots fans, though? They might not even know who he is.
Yeah.
It's a bummer, man.
Some old dude.
Some old dude.
Like, you only knew. They don't explain this. I was just trying to looking at pictures of the people out there. It just says a man who removed his clothes looks at the orchards of Asia.
Orchids, guys, it's orchids.
It is. Okay. I know. I learned that. It's orchids, obviously.
Whatever. But anyway, I just happened to come across.
I saw this earlier too. Dude standing there nude.
It just says a man removed his clothes to look at the situation, basically. So what? He went over there and was like,
"Yeah,
oh, that's where it happened, huh? Well, these pants are coming off."
So you guys open? It's only 4:00. What's going on?
God,
what is he doing, sir? That's not legal, right? I don't think that's legal anywhere. I don't know where the damn price was that I saw, dude, but it was I want to say it was less than $70 for the good one. It was like 67 or 57. There was two options.
Yeah, he's right. That's right in the wheelhouse of just Joe Schmo.
Dude, I mean.
Off of Craigslist.
And then he was at a party over the weekend in Hollywood.
Yeah, I saw that.
Bob Kraft was. He didn't give a shit. And if that's cool, if
what
he doesn't
give a
shit.
You're $6 billionaire. This is going to bring you down. Come on.
Yeah, but your kid, dude, honestly, if your dad.
Of course.
You know what I mean? It hits the papers that Bill.
Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal.
Bags of seminal fluid, including your dad's.
Yeah.
A couple loads of his were found in there too. That's a rough day. You would not be thrilled if your dad was at a Hollywood party the next day.
You wouldn't, but what are you going to do?
Nothing.
But you're going to bite the hand that feeds it as you're sitting in this fucking house, never working ever again.
I know, but you'd be like, really, Dad? You're out at a fucking party in Hollywood?
Well, maybe he got that. Maybe he got an earful.
You think? Would you give the old man an earful?
I'd give him an earful.
I wouldn't be able to look my dad in the eye.
You're going to give the $6.2 billion man an earful?
I'd be like, look, old man, you and I, as far as conversations in person go, those days are fucking over, sir. I expect my inheritance. I'm not going to be a dick, but the idea of sitting across the fucking Thanksgiving table from you, sir, passing the potatoes, those days are over.
It's tough.
I'd be clear, Mike, you don't care that it's the escort aspect. You just care that it was so cheap, right? That's why you would not.
The level of this is astounding.
Yeah. It is astounding. It really is astounding. Yeah. It's just.
You know what it reminds me of is Hugh Grant, right?
Yes.
Guy from 3 Weddings and a Funeral.
Yeah.
He picked up that street walking chick. That's what was astounding about him getting arrested.
Yeah.
Getting his dick sucked on Hollywood Boulevard or whatever.
What was her name? Yeah, it was in an alley. It was E in Chicago, or was it in the car?
I think it was in the car.
The hell was her name?
And that was man, you just picture these guys with. Paying a little more.
You do. You just do. You just think everything about them. It's Trump going to McDonald's. Something feels weird. It drive through McDonald's. You're like, dude, what? Okay, I guess you're just a human being.
What's your name, Isis?
I'm trying to. This is an art. Fuck this stupid ad. This is an article. I'm trying to find it.
Piss
It's
me
like
off.
Candy or something.
No, it's a name we'll all remember.
Divine Brown.
Divine Brown, yeah. And didn't she like? I mean, they always spin that somehow into a fucking weirdo spread, like in Hustler or Cherry.
Yeah, probably.
You know, not Playboy, but maybe she'll end up in Skank of the Month in Cherry magazine.
Yeah,
one of those. You know, it's just like, we're gonna need film of you pissing. Sorry, we just are.
You gotta spread everything.
Full spread lips and whiz has got to be coming out of it into a guy's mouth, preferably.
Yeah, you're a squirter, right? A squirter, quote unquote. Give me a break.
Yeah, there's just like, we see it. It's like, we know what we would do if money's not an option at all. You would think any sort of risky behavior that you engage in, any vice of yours, you would just understand that, okay, I'm not the normal guy. I cannot be in a position where this can fucking fall apart.
It was like my assumption that there are really high level chicks who keep it on the down low really easily and very regularly. So
Charlie Sheen, 25 grand a night. He was paying those girls 25 G's. But when you're making $2 million an episode or what he was making, it's like, dude, 25 grand is nothing.
Right.
Nothing. And so it's like once a week you have some incredibly hot, some of the hottest chicks you'll ever see come over and do shit to you that you can only imagine. And why you're here with someone who doesn't speak English? Hygiene at a minimal. Hygiene at a minimal.
Like we said, like we started the story with, maybe that was part of what attracted him.
Boy, oh boy.
You know, I got tiger blood, man.
Tiger blood, man. Duh. Winning. Charlie Sheen.
Duh. Winning.
Yeah, Charlie Sheen.
I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
But, he's got the, I didn't give him those AIDS.
Right.
See, he's got AIDS.
He's got the AIDS at that point. That's probably why the whole, Charlie Sheen.
Right.
Everything's cool. Yeah, you don't know I got the AIDS. I'm just Charlie Sheen.
Wow, winning.
So, yeah, I don't know, Bob. I just think that Bob would have a handler, someone that would go, he'd go, look, man, I got to get jacked off. My wife's hand is decrepit.
Yeah.
She's
it's
fucking
like
old.
Crypt Keeper shit.
Yeah, I can't. Her mouth.
The liver spots.
You look
that
down.
Coral colored lipstick. No, it can't happen.
Have you seen the blue veins popping on my wife's hand and that giant fucking 80,000
She's got
carat
arthritis.
ring?
She's arthritic. She can't do that.
And maybe she said, can you just go to one of those fucking Asian joints down the road and get jacked off? This hurts like hell. Takes you forever to come, man. I don't want to put my mouth on it. And he's like, yeah, she won't take her ring off. It keeps chafing one of the sides of my dong. So
the ring. I didn't think about the ring.
Oh, yeah, and it's heavy as hell. It's bigger than their Super Bowl rings. It's got 1,000 carats on it,
Sure.
Terrence Howard. Why would you come out in defense of
Terrence
Jussie Smollett? It's like, just let that thing sit.
He's a co-star, right, on Empire?
He's the big star. He plays Luscious Lion or whatever, and Jussie Smollett plays his son.
Gotcha.
And so why the need to come out and defend his on-screen son in an Instagram video?
He's his guy. I don't know.
And maybe Jussie said, dude, can you be a solid? Just fucking get my back on this. So he put a video out of Jussie playing with his actual son, Terrence's actual son in real life on a private jet. And they're just, look at you, little guy. You're getting so big. One of those stupid
humanizing him.
Yeah. All your little homies got you. We love the hell out of you. So Smollett, we talked about, makes about 20 grand an episode. And I
thought somebody said 60 or 80.
I heard that too, but all the stories in print I've seen say about 20 grand, which I don't know.
But what does he do? Like 12 to 15 every year? Is that
maybe?
If it's on network and TV, it still might be 21-ish even.
Okay.
Because they used to do 21 episodes a year or whatever.
He's doing all right.
Yeah. Either way, he's doing fine. But you've got, Terrence Howard's the star. He's making $175,000 an episode. So is Taraji P. Henson, who plays his mom on the show. And so they're talking more. TMZ got a hold of the check that was written to those brothers, $3,500.
Yeah.
Which states it was for training fee. The memo line reads 5-week nutrition workout program. Don't go. Don't go is the song, the name of the song that he was going to be in this video for.
Yeah.
And so that.
Yeah. Everybody's pointing at this going, aha, see, this wasn't to beat him up and kick his ass and be part of this hoax. It's like, Well, do you expect them to put hoax in the memo line?
I know, right?
I mean,
well, they did take
for jumping me.
But he did. But
he did leave the magazines and the letter.
You almost would expect him to be that dumb, given that it appears he gave no credence to the notion that they might look into him as part of this hoax. So I guess you wouldn't doubt there'd be like, the thing or something written in the memo.
Well, I love
a winky face or something.
I love with the stories. It's like, you moron. So they dig into the phone records, and it's like, oh, you were talking to the brothers an hour before the assault and an hour after the assault. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And so fans were getting kind of pissed off at Terrence Howard for this thing, and he was defending him, though. Sorry you feel that way, but that's the only Jussie I know. The Jussie I know could never even conceive of something so unconscious and ugly. His innocence or judgment is not for any of us to decide. Stay in your lane. And my lane is empathy and love and compassion for someone I've called my son for 5 years. It's God's job to judge. And it's ours to love and hope, especially for those that we claim to have loved. That's great in theory. Do you feel that way whenever someone's caught saying something off camera, or whatever, that's maybe got a race twinge to it that you don't like, and people want to destroy their career? Are you saying the same thing? It's not our place to judge. Yeah. We're about hope, love, and compassion. It's for the big man upstairs to judge.
Yeah. What about that line
of some reason I don't think that's the way it goes.
Well, what about the line of the Jussie I know could not even conceive this idea? Well, he did. Yeah. I mean, so
yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah, I wonder if a quick review of his Twitter might not disclose some hypocrisy in that statement.
I'm not going to waste my time going through to find that,
right.
But I wish someone would, because I promise you, dude. And the reason I even brought it up was because as soon as I saw the headline, Terrence Howard defends, I went, Terrence Howard, doesn't he have some fucked up shit in his past
really?
That is now going to be dug up by me? And I'm like, I think, especially in the era we're in, this hashtag Me Too, where everybody, it's like, you pushed a girl 40 years ago, or you called someone a whore and a video surfaces.
Hell, John Wayne's dead, and we had to do it.
Right. In that world we're living in, I would think guys like him that are on a hit show right now and working,
they just kind of keep quiet, right?
Yeah. Why don't you have call one of your fucking Hollywood buddies and go, hey man, do me a solid and defend my man. I don't want people digging shit up on me like that motherfucker at the Detroit cast is about to do.
What you got?
And so,
is this, Mike, you're doing a little. I'm just gonna throw this in there.
Quick search to find this. No, but it hit me right away. I was like, Terrence Howard. I think he's got
violence,
some horrible shit in his past. I can't remember. And I think the story I grabbed was from 2016. So God knows what's happened in the last 3 years. He's got a history of violence. His rap sheet included multiple charges of assault. Those cases came back to light because he was in court seeking to overturn a settlement in a 2013 divorce from his second wife, Michelle Gent, who was alleged on multiple occasions he assaulted her. One TV executive tells the New York Post at the time, it's an industry joke that he collects more assault raps than acting accolades. Yeah. Terrence has this reputation for being a hothead. I don't think anger issues quite covers it. Terrence has to be in control of everything all the time. When he doesn't get his way, he loses his shit very easily. Once Terrence found out some of his scenes from a movie were being cut, he was furious. He marched up to the director and started arguing with him like it was some great injustice. In 2008, it was announced that the actor would not be reprising his role as Robert Downey Jr.'s sidekick in a sequel to Iron Man. Howard insists he was pushed out over his refusal to take a significant pay cut. Turns out the Marvel Studios has disputed the salary cut. Said, no. It turns out that the person I helped become Iron Man, when it was time to re-up for the second one, he took the money that was supposed to go to me. He thinks that he's truly God's gift to women, and he expects subservience. Movie industry explains what happened here. On a big budget movie like that, they don't have time for drama and inflated egos. Terrence is without question very talented. He's very opinionated and can upset people. As he found out, in Hollywood, everyone is replaceable. His acting break came, he lands a small part on the Cosby Show, right? He's 19. They end up, and he tells the Times in 2008, yeah, they cut me out of the show. They dropped the scene. Wasn't relevant to the plot line for some reason.
Expendable.
Yeah.
Whatever. Cut.
You're a fucking walk-on part, 2 words, and you're gone. I was angry. I banged on Cosby's dressing room door, and amazingly, he answered. I told him, I'm a man just like you. He didn't like it, and the casting agent never took my calls again. That's the mold for the rest of my pro life. I say, the hell with it. I suffer the consequences. Great attitude. That is what the kind of attitude you want to have. You know what I mean? He thinks he's truly God's gift. He faced charges of simple assault, terroristic threats, harassment, stalking after breaking down the door of estranged first wife Lori McComas and punching her in the face. The actor admitted in Rolling Stone, she was talking to me real strong, and I lost my mind and slapped her in front of the kids.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. His second wife, Michelle, alleged the actor slugged her in the face, made repeated threats against her, and infected her with the herp.
Oh, man.
Howard stated in court, listen, now, we don't know. Either I gave her the herpes or she gave me the herpes. Who's to say?
That's brutal.
He stated that in court?
He stated in court, yeah.
Wow.
Either I gave her the herpes or she gave it to me. I don't know which. Who's to say? My guess is you're the one that was fucking everything that moved in Hollywood. As most people say, you think you're God's gift to women. She was granted a restraining order. The couple reconciled in 2013. They split again soon after, and Gent claimed that Howard gave her a black eye. He claimed, look, she maced me, okay? She maced me, and then he caught her. He just caught her while he was blindly swinging at the mace can.
I can't see.
Jay, what are the odds that at some point in our lifetime, you're going to walk in here with a story? Look, so Gab's macing me. We're in the living room, and Gab's macing me.
Yeah, you got maced.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I wasn't trying to hit her. I caught her while trying to blindly bat her away. Last month, and this is going back a couple years, Gent had her spousal support overturned. Howard accused her of blackmail and threatened to leak images of his penis.
Oof.
In 2000,
a blistery penis, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I would say not is it dripping or leaking?
Say more leaking.
Yeah. Oh. Just like a steady leak?
Boy.
Is it like when you just leave the faucet on
I remember in a health class having to look at a herpy dick, and, it's just blisters all over the side. And I don't think I'll ever forget it.
Or a herp
I think it was a herp dick. I mean, they really looked quite alive and willing to drip. Active.
Yeah, it was active.
Quite active. But the tip wasn't dripping, I don't think. I think that's more like chlamydia or gonorrhea or something, right?
Is chlamydia the clap?
Yeah.
I think it is. And that one leaks like a motherfucker. That thing can really...
Oh, the discharge. I bet it just stinks.
It does. I think
the smell. Can you imagine the smell?
What was that?
I've heard it's kind of greenish and it stinks, but I don't know. I've never had it.
Didn't we? What was that thing that we dealt with recently where the guy liked...
Oh, dude, yes, vaginal discharge.
We don't need to relive this. This was bad for all parties involved in this story.
It was the clap, wasn't it? Where she was like, I'm taking, I took it, but my boyfriend wanted me to stop taking it.
The doctor was like, you should have been cleared up by now. She's like, I'm not taking my meds. And he's like, oh, wonderful. I'd love to hear the answer as to why. Turns out he likes going down on the infected on a poison regime.
Oh, God, can you imagine the smell?
No. Clark telling me this. I told you guys that this goes back years ago in high school or something. He's like, man, this fucking chick, Clark. He said, foam, like
foam,
like when you put too much soap in the dishwasher and it fucking pops out the top, foamed over.
Oh, gross,
stunk.
It foamed over
the whole thing, fucking like he was in his suds.
You ever see like a natural smallish dam in a creek?
Yeah.
Gets that foam.
Yes,
that's what I'm
imagining.
exactly
what you're talking about.
Now just imagine her laying down in that, right? At the very end of that crook, that fucked up crook you're talking about, Brooke or whatever.
Her legs spread.
Just her legs popping out of that foamy shit.
Damn it.
And it stinks. And I think he said he just did this. He stayed there for a couple seconds and just chinned it.
What?
Well, because he's in there. What are you going to do now? He's in. And it's like, she's like, oh, yeah, like going down. And he's like, I can't fucking put my mouth on this.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's told it.
Okay.
Well, at least privately to me. And then he fucking just used a chin. Just like, and then he fucking got out of there.
He chinned her.
Yeah. What would you do?
I guess that's the move. Maybe
that's not a bad move, dude. Think about it. In the moment, you've got an overflowing fucking washing machine just suds in the whole room.
I think you naturally recoil and maybe go manual at that point.
That's what you would do. You would jump up and go, what is shit? It? Gross. Fucking gross. Gross. Poison. That's what you would do.
And point.
Laugh.
Point.
Mock.
What's going on there?
Judge, mock, point, scream.
You there, foam.
Why? Why am I here? This can't be the first time you're seeing this. You're not even panicked. You would be panicked if this is the first time you've seen this.
Right.
You would be madder and you would storm out.
Yes.
There would be no couth.
There would be no chin.
No.
Chinning would not be in the recipe for that day.
So, anyways, in 2000, our boy here, he gets into he assaults a Continental Airlines flight attendant, and those attendants, when they tell you got to sit down, we're prepare for landing.
Sky waitress?
Yeah, fuck her. How dare you? Trays up and seats
Forward,
forward.
regulations, your
Seat
laws.
belt, schmeat belt. Have a seat. What?
Safety.
Assaults one. He pled guilty to disorderly conduct in 2005 after attacking two strangers, a man and a woman, at a Philadelphia restaurant when the woman accused him of cutting in line. Why wouldn't you go to fisticuffs? So that's the kind of guy. And Terrence, I didn't have to read this today.
Got a lot of accolades though for Empire though. People love him on that. Apparently People's Choice, et cetera, love him. Speaking of that, it's the Oscar. It's Oscars tonight, right?
Who's hosting in the end?
Nobody.
What?
Yeah.
They have multiple people coming up and just giving out awards, but there's no official.
That's what's the opening? Isn't that that's the biggest thing? Is like the opening monologue, right? Like the song and dance, or
probably get some, whatever channel. What is that on ABC?
Yeah, I think so.
So you get whatever hit show you have on ABC that's got an ensemble cast, and you make them do a fucking little routine.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I don't know. So yeah, what else? He was really good in. What was the movie he was in that starred the white kid, skinny white kids? First time we saw him about rap, trying to make rap music, and I think it was critically acclaimed. Maybe even won like an Oscar.
These are the tops are always the most known things.
Okay,
I can go down obviously.
Dude, you guys
Hustle and Flow.
Hustle and Flow, yeah. Hustle. Is it say right there like
he got nominated for a lot of shit for that?
Yeah.
And who's
the co-star? The dorky white kid you remember from Road Trip or something?
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah, he was in Legit, the Jim Jeffries TV show, as the fucking kid, the paralyzed kid. And that, what the hell's his name? He's got a weird DJ Qualls.
Yeah.
There you go. We got to take a quick break. We've gone along here, and Syracuse coach Jim Boeheim.
Yeah, back on the court, huh?
Yeah, playing Duke over the weekend, and they got a fuller house than they've ever had in the history of that building.
To support Jimmy.
Yeah, yep, because he killed Jorge Jimenez. And also John Wayne, Cowboy, the Duke. He's the Duke, right?
Yeah, he's the Duke.
Is the Duke football named for him?
The Duke football.
Yeah, the Duke. That's Wilson football. The Duke, it's called.
Oh, I don't know.
Look it up. You'll recognize it.
Boy, that's a good question.
I want to know. Maybe we can figure that out. We'll be back in a moment.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Biggie, of course, sitting here as well. He's exhausted. Biggie's a tired, tuckered out little guy.
You know, he could have caught up on some sleep over the weekend, but
nah, fuck that.
Not
Sleep
easy
is for the dead, man. Not easy.
Exactly.
He was out rocking out horribly to Sponge songs that he doesn't know.
Well, you know what?
Air guitaring and singing along.
Here's the problem, though. I bought these tickets. I wasn't going to pass up on Alan Jackson, but it could have been a lot worse, man. Because at a period when we were looking at when we were going to do that 10th thing, I was worried that, oh my God, what if we do it Sunday after Alan Jackson, knowing that I would not hold back. So it worked. It's better to be after the thing than before. So.
Sure.
By the way, speaking of Sponge, dude, I think I'm actually going to sing backup vocals on Uber and a Fifth in the studio. Vin and I have talked about it. He's like, no, dude, I'm not kidding. You were definitely coming in the studio and singing backup vocals on Uber and a Fifth.
Nice.
He said you should come on the pub crawl too, because that's when we're filming the video for it.
Dude, I'm thinking about going on that thing, man.
Yeah, was it March 9th?
Yeah.
Was it the 3rd or the 9th?
The 9th. I know it because my birthday is the 7th, so it could be a little birthday party.
Oh,
for me.
look at you. Wow.
Dropping hints.
Just announcing to the public. Don't forget about Eas's birthday.
Yeah.
You know what, dude? I know you guys talk about my 38-year-old man, but the reality is I'm 34. And I don't really care, but I have started to realize that, once I turn 35, I'll be closer to 40 than 30.
You will. Once it hits 12:01.
Right.
12, in 1 second or whatever.
Some
after
good
your
logic,
birthday.
Easus. Well done.
And every second after, it gets you that much closer.
Dude, that song
to
was
40.
catchy as fuck, man. Honestly, I had so many listeners.
People. I
right.
know, me too. Uber and a Fifth.
Uber and a Fifth.
People are like, dude, I've been singing that fucking song for 3 days. When are you going to go in and record it so I can have it? So, yeah, I thought it was really catchy, too. But, yeah, I might be on a track, possibly with Uncle Cracker, Vinny Dombrowski, and featuring Mike Walton.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, your investment plan, it should be created just for you. However, developing and maintaining a financial plan can be a bit of a balancing act. Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial can deliver the guidance needed to develop a well-balanced investment plan. Call today. Tell them you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. That's what we offer here on the Detroit Cast. No cost, no obligation consultations. Call them 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark. Just like we said for Wasik, Mark does the same thing. He'll look at what you have. If you're all set, he'll tell you you're all set. If he can help you, he will help you. So give him a call. 248-626-2000.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
And he's in America right now, right? He's in the U.S.?
He is, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Right down the road.
Merck's great. Merck and Wasik. We stamp of approval from us for sure with those guys. We use them both. Syracuse men's basketball coach Jim Boeheim. Oh boy, why would you get a standing ovation? You get are they happy that he ran someone over in his car and killed them? Is that what that's about?
Are you really being? You trick me sometimes. With
I know it's easy to do.
Are you being facetious or are you being serious?
Of course, he's being facetious.
Thank you, Jay.
Okay.
It does seem,
but it is an odd
weird,
thing, yeah. Like, hey, Jim, yeah.
It's like, we got our asses kicked that night. We're probably going to get smoked tonight against Duke. And the only thing that's happened in between is ran a guy over to death. So what's with the standing ovation? It's just a little odd. Dude, I know what it's about. It's about support for the 43 years or whatever he's been there. Well, it's his alma mater, too. When I think of this, dude, and I know it's not exactly the same, but I still always think, just because it's he didn't mean to kill him. It's not like he was drunk. It's not, You don't know that. You haven't talked to him. Okay, well, then they say whatever. Anyway, it just always throws me back to the night that Tony Stewart killed that dude. And I was at a wedding and I got back to the hotel room drunk at 2 a.m. and Chubbs just tells me, dude, Tony Stewart killed a guy. And I was just like, what?
Dude, on that dirt track, right?
Yeah.
And he actually made an action toward him.
Oh, he did.
Right?
Yeah.
Drifted into
totally.
him.
I mean, but it
seems so weird.
I
felt like Tom Brady is joined a high school team for the weekend.
Yeah.
And is tearing it up out there. And you know what I mean? Or some linebacker. Mike Singletary joins a high school squad and killed a guy on the field.
It happens in auto racing all the time.
But, I know. It just, to us, it's weird. Why would he be out in this?
But to me, I didn't even, but you got to remember, I'm coming back at 2 in the morning. Actually, in Bloomington, you can drink till 3. So it's 3 and I'm drunk. And all he says is that Tony Stewart killed somebody, and I'm like, he fucking killed somebody. Like, I think he shot somebody, or what? What do you mean? Like,
it's like when Mike tweeted that Bill Burr
murdered on stage
was murdered on stage, and
Bill
my
Burr
first
just
thought,
murdered on stage.
My first thought, my heart sank. I'm like, oh my god, he was killed on stage. Holy shit!
And Mike was at the show where he was murdered.
It's remarkable.
That'd be great for our show, though, if you could. I mean, first-hand account of Bill Burr being killed on stage.
But apparently, he just killed. He destroyed.
Yeah.
He murdered.
I would have said bombed otherwise. You know, bombed. You would have known. So yeah, they had the fullest crowd that stadium's ever seen in the history of the Carrier Dome. After he killed that guy, Jorge Jimenez.
How many does that hold? Carrier Dome.
I don't know.
It's weird because it's like that football stadium, so I bet it's not
man.
Technically. There probably is not technically in attendance, right? Like you could just keep packing people.
Well, it is a dome. It's a structure.
I know, but no. I mean, like
look up Carrier. Carrier Dome capacity.
I mean, for the basketball stadium, like I guess you're right. Whatever the.
You could
never
go,
mind.
dude.
I didn't say that right. I was trying to. Never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. These are questions I can't answer. I just heard it was the biggest crowd ever at the stadium for a game. Maybe they meant basketball. I don't know. But anyway, they're taking on number 1 Duke, a rival. You know, so I don't think it was all about the running down of the guy. I don't think it was all about that. I think a lot of people would have been there anyways because of the Duke matchup.
I reckon.
So it says 49,250, but I'm going to see what it says for basketball. I assume that's obviously for football. So
yeah. So he walks through the tunnel onto the court. His team's matchup, and he kind of stoic. You know, he can't be out there just like, what's up, motherfuckers? Throwing up devil
doing
swords.
The serpentine.
No, that would have been, dude. If he comes out and
doing the Chuck Berry.
Oh my God, can you imagine, dude? Can you imagine? Boeheim walks out, does a 180 spin, and then moonwalks to the bench. No,
can't do that.
No. So it's like, remember, stoic expression. We're stoic. Right. And so he did. He had his glasses on. He was stoic, and he just gave a little acknowledgement to the crowd. I think that's acceptable to acknowledge the crowd, and he did. And then the moment the crowd, the place was just blown up in tears and whatnot, is when Mike Krzyzewski came over. He didn't judge him for the killing. He just gave his old friend a hug. You know, we'll get through this together. It was kind of a nice moment. We didn't know what he was gonna do. He's gonna walk up, flip him off, and be like, "You fucking killed a guy," you know. And so yeah, his wife Julie Boeheim was seen in the stands crying. And so, yeah, Jorge Jimenez, 51 years old. Moment of silence. I think that's acceptable. Moment of silence for him was observed. And the introduction to the moment of silence was read in both English and Spanish in recognition of Jimenez's Cuban heritage. He was a passenger in that car that skidded out of control on a patch of ice, hit a guardrail. And that's when Boeheim hit him. They said Boeheim's cooperating. I heard they didn't know, like, the speeds being traveled or whatnot, but they said that he was not speeding.
Okay.
So apparently they do know.
It's like he was totally not at fault for any of this.
Yes. He's cooperating. I'm heartbroken that a member of our community died as a result of last night's accident. Julie and I extend our deepest sympathies. Well, yeah, I guess that's fair. I mean, I was thinking, don't try to get Julie in here, but extending condolences and sympathies, that's appropriate. Because we could extend those and it'd still be appropriate. Yeah.
Are you going to, Mike, or
no?
Okay.
I don't think that does much for the Jimenez family. I really don't. No offense to them. I don't know them.
Okay, I'm just curious because you said that we
Did
could.
you want to?
I'm okay.
Jay, would you like to extend condolences?
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna withhold my condolences.
Okay. Is there any reason why?
I've learned over the past few weeks these news stories. You know, you just.
What if it turns out that Julian was a bad guy?
I'm gonna let it wait. I'm just gonna sit on this.
Jorge, whatever.
Julian.
I don't know.
Julie is Jim Boeheim's wife.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't trust her either, dude. I'm not crazy about her either. She spells her name Juli.
Well, see, exactly. I meant what I said.
You know what I mean?
I wasn't confused at all.
I can't trust a Julie without an E at the
No
end.
way.
So, yes, they're extending deepest sympathies to the Jimenez family. So he's a native of Cuba. He's known as a family man. My father, a man who is very sociable. He loved everybody, helped everybody without question.
Loved everybody, huh?
Yuri Sandy Jimenez Erestre said in Spanish. So I don't know how I said in Spanish too, I guess, but he loved having friends. Everybody loved him because of the way of being, going to the casino, listening to music, dancing. That's
loved having friends. Who doesn't love having friends?
I know he loved having friends.
Well, and by the way,
but if you're like, he was a great man. He loved going to the casino and music and dancing. Like, fine. It was, he loved providing for his family. He loved being a help in the community. Whatever. I'm not
Mike, real quick. I know it's
They're
absurd.
under stress.
I know it's absurd when I hold these statements always to but when he says he loved everybody, everybody has somebody they don't like, dude. Everyone.
Yeah. I think they're just kind of in a roundabout way. He wasn't a guy that walked around just like, fuck you, man.
Gotcha.
Like he genuinely.
Generally nice to people.
Yeah, generally speaking, until you wronged him. And if you wronged Jorge, you didn't want to be on that side of Jorge. But if you were just a good guy to Jorge Jimenez, it sounds like he was pretty cool to you.
That's fair.
Oh boy. Jimenez has been living in the U.S. for 20 years after arriving from Cuba. I'm sure that was nothing else is said, so I don't know. He had 2 sons and a 29-year-old daughter. Now, this is a quote I thought was a little odd. I'll be honest with you. It struck me as a bit odd. He was very clean.
It's like Joe Biden describing Obama.
Yeah.
He's so articulate and clean. How did he survive that?
I don't know, dude, because he's on Team Obama.
My God.
He's clean.
He's clean.
He had no fleas in his hair at all. Isn't that amazing?
That is just.
Was there backlash with that at that comment? Dude, see if you can find that, because that comment's out there. He's articulate and clean. Joe Biden calls Obama clean.
Was there backlash? The guy ends up VP for 8 years. I know.
But was it
no? It was pointed out at the time. Like, what the fuck, Joe?
That's always bothered you.
Yes, I hate articulate. I hate when people describe black people as articulate.
Right.
Like,
I know.
That is just you don't expect them to be able to speak.
Yeah, it's patronizing as shit.
Oh my God.
It's almost like saying, we all know most of those people. Good luck figuring out what the fuck they're saying. But this one,
wow.
Not only is he clean,
he can put a sentence together, huh?
Oh, yeah, he's clean too.
Yeah.
So his daughter, his daughter says he was very clean. Thought that was a weird statement. Like if you asked me to describe my dad, I would like clean.
English second language though. Give him a break, right?
I don't know, man. I don't know that I'm willing to extend that break. No, I don't. Because if it was like, they mixed up, he was very generous, but it sounds like clean, and then they typed it wrong. I will come back and I will say, you know what? She meant he was very generous. He was very clean. Seems like a weird fucking first thing to describe your old man.
Yeah.
Especially on the heels of, hey, he loved going to the casino and dancing.
Yeah.
Like, okay. So he was very clean. He loved to cook and invite the family to eat together.
Okay.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I love family cookouts. Yeah. So according to the district attorney, Bill Fitzpatrick, Boeheim was traveling at a safe speed. Do you have
Biden there?
I think this is it. I'm maybe
future Democratic presidential hopeful Joe Biden.
Articulate and bright.
We got the first sort of
this is it.
mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook.
That's insane.
That is insulting as fuck. Oh, that's so patronizing.
He calls it the first African American candidate who is like that. So you're just dismissing Jesse Jackson and other African Americans who came before as not that.
And he doesn't know what he's going to say. He stumbles before clean. He's playing in his mind. Am I going to do it? Am I going to have the balls to say he's clean? Like,
articulate and bright and clean and nice looking guy.
Does bright bother you?
Not as much as clean, articulate.
Clean and articulate is bad.
No, say something. No, dude's bright as hell, right?
Yeah, I guess, especially coming off the, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that
bright,
we had.
nice looking. No, I don't have a problem with that.
Nice looking. I have a problem with nice looking. Like, so what? What does that even mean?
But if you've got a candidate who just pops, just a good looking dude, as Obama did,
dude, if you were at a port somewhere on the East Coast or down south and he was on the auction block chained together, you're like, look, we've got one here that is.
Sure, in different contexts, nice looking can be
very articulate. He is bright. He's
Check
clean.
his teeth here. Look,
he's very clean. He's nice looking, as you can see.
God.
Can I get $100 for this strapping young
broad
African
shoulders?
Man?
Look at him.
Dude, if you said, this is from.
That paragraph is brutal.
Brutal. I mean, you got the first mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean, uses soap, nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man. As in, that is so outrageous.
Yeah.
It's can we get a movie about that?
Yeah.
Let's just stop everything now.
Like, this guy could make hay, you know?
Yeah.
A guy like this.
Let's just stop the narrative right now. At this point, this is already storybook. Can we get movie crews here? I'm talking about a black man who's running for president. Not only is he articulate, he's bright. He's clean. He's nice looking. He's the whole package. Let's get the story going. Come on.
Clean.
Storybook.
That's so brutal.
It's brutal.
He's clean.
And the way he says it, he's like, he's struggling to get the word. I don't know what else he could have said.
Play it again, Jesus.
Oh, that's just awful.
Oh, Jesus. You're making my bones hurt.
The first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
I want to hear that continue because I want to see if that reporter
goes, hey, man.
Hold on,
dude.
dude.
Just call him clean.
Wait, did you just call the black guy clean?
Of course he didn't. You have the reporter going, yeah.
You would have heard me going, Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute.
Did you say clean?
Did you just call that motherfucker clean and articulate and bright? Wow.
Nice looking.
Storybook. This is like a fairy tale. As in, we've got a fucking unicorn here, folks. Not only is he black, but he's clean.
This is why you got to hope Joe puts his hat in the ring,
Did
right?
you say check his teeth?
Check his teeth.
Jesus Christ.
Get Joe in the game, man, because all this shit, we're going to revisit come on up here, buddy. Come on up. Trying to get the disabled guy.
13-year-old.
Yes, trying to get the disabled guy out of the wheelchair.
Stand up, bud. Stand up. Oh, shit.
God damn.
What am I saying? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
He's
Dude,
a
get
mess.
that one. That's one of my favorites. He's the touchy-feely motherfucker.
Absolutely. There's a whole compilation of him touching young girls.
That's hilarious. Where mom's like, ugh, like it was someone's wife, like, oh, yeah, he's really digging in, you know. See if you can find that one, E, where he tells the guy in a wheelchair to stand up. Come on, everybody, give him a standing ovation. Stand up, Bill, stand up.
Oh, you can't.
Oh, what
okay.
am I saying? You can't do that.
Hope this is
Chuck Graham.
Yeah, it's Chuck Graham. Yep, that's it. Come on, everybody. I mean, he's trying to pretend this is the fake politician. Chuck Graham, hey, good guy. I've known him forever. Chuck, get on your feet, Chuck.
Uncle
Stop.
Joe's persona, right? Just gonna roll up his sleeves and get to work for the people.
Yeah.
Chuck Graham, state senator's here. Chuck, stand up, Chuck. Let him see you. Oh, God love you. What am I talking about?
Holy shit.
God love you.
You're making everybody else stand up, though, pal.
That's not a bad save.
Thank you very, very much.
Bad.
Because I would have gone, oh, shit, he's chaired up proper, man.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh, God, I feel like a real dick now, man.
He's so used to gaffing that he's developed the ability to roll with it.
They act like they all know each other. There's thousands of these assholes in and out. Some half senator, state senator.
Yeah.
Back it up again.
Yeah.
Chuck Grassley, yeah. Come on. Stop being so humble, Chuck. Have a good stand here.
Have a good stand.
You're making everybody stand for you. That's not a bad save.
I know.
Go ahead, Easy.
Chuck Graham, state senator's here. Chuck, stand up, Chuck. Let him see you. Oh, God love you. What am I talking about? I tell you what, you're making everybody else stand up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you
yeah,
very, very
Joe.
much.
Can I listen to that?
I
Oh,
tell
God,
you
love
what,
you part
stand up
again.
for Chuck.
Stand up for Chuck, you motherfuckers. Rub it in his face. He's chaired up for life.
Chuck Graham,
Stand up.
Cheered up proper.
Yeah, this motherfucker's properly I just saw both wheels on the side of him. Holy shit. He ain't standing up ever. You guys stand up for him. He tells everybody to get on their feet for Chuck. It's a junior senator from God knows where.
It's a state senator.
I gotta hear that.
Senator. We need to stand and ovate for this motherfucker.
I gotta hear that. Oh boy.
The shock.
His face. Look at his face too.
Think about that. His gaff, not ours. We didn't fuck this up and call the chaired up proper motherfucker to his feet. You did that, Joe, and you needed everyone in that room to bail you out. Come on, get on your feet. He did not deserve for people to stand and ovate at that point. He had not earned that at all. Just being a chair does not grant you.
Friendly room, man.
Yeah. Go ahead. One more time.
Oh, boy.
It's that good.
Chuck Graham, state senator's here. Chuck, stand up, Chuck. Let him see you.
Here it is.
Oh, God love you. What am I talking about? I tell you what, you're making everybody else stand up, though,
His
pal.
face, man.
Thank you
When it
very,
hits
very
him.
much.
Pal.
I tell you
hold
what,
on.
stand up for Chuck.
Get on your feet, you fuckers. Look at everyone stand up like, who the fuck
Thank
is
you, pal.
Thank you, pal. It's going to come down to Chuck. Gonna
So you
embrace.
can't come to
So
me.
I'm new. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
Thank you.
Dude,
God,
he's
the
making it seem
worst.
like this is my old pal. That's like me going, no Sedge Naganar. Stand up,
I-
buddy. Don't be so it's like, oh shit, pal, bud. buddy. Let me come to you and give you a
So
hug.
fake. The
Oh,
fakeness.
Yeah. I was trying to pause it.
Joe, God bless you.
Oh, they're all like that too.
What
I
did he
don't mean
say?
to single out Joe. They're
Yeah.
all so bad.
God love you?
Yeah.
Did he give him a God love
He
you?
did.
Yeah, apparently not. I mean, look what God did to you. Shit. And have you heard of Chuck
Graham
since?
State Senator Chuck Graham.
Yeah, how's Chuck doing? The old Chucker.
The Chuck Wagon.
Yeah, Chuckington. All right,
Chuck
dude, we should get to
wagon.
some emails. Do we have any emails? The
Mike, I
Chuck
think
Wagon.
the Chuck Wagon.
Yeah, the Chuck Wagon down there in the front row.
Just
Good
rolling.
Stand up.
Rolling down the aisle, the Chuck Wagon. Hey, Hamlin Pub, they recently rolled out a new menu. Try their new culinary creations, including their Southwest Cobb salad, their candied Brussels sprouts, Korean steak tacos, chicken share,
Chevy.
or the big brisket sandwich. Or you could start your day with an award-winning backyard Mary Bloody Mary. Of course, you can get these at all 5 Hamlin Pubs locations, those being Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and the 2 in Shelby Township.
Mhm.
If you'd like to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email at DetroitCast.com. If you'd like to send us anthrax or anything else, obviously
Attention, Big E.
label that Attention Big E. P.O. Box 250268, Franklin, Michigan 48025. Now, on to email. Sean writes in. This is addressed to Fox 2 News Desk.
Oh, no.
And we are
Went to the
CC'd.
wrong address.
We are CC'd.
Oh, no.
All right. All right.
Subject matter, the Detroit Cast fundraiser. If you're wondering why news viewers are turning off their TVs in record numbers, you can place most of that blame on yourselves.
Ooh.
And remember, this is directed right to the Fox 2 News Desk and
We're
also
just-
foxtv.com.
Yeah, we're just getting a copy of it.
Just being copied.
Yep.
Viewers are fed up with your mix of sensationalist bad news stories and kitschy feel-good schlock pieces about water skiing squirrels.
Ooh, kitschy and schlock?
Yeah.
Wow.
When a real feel-good story comes along, like a local podcast raising over $80,000 to help the local homeless population, you remain curiously silent.
Mm.
The Detroit Cast's Eric Fady sat in a tent in the freezing cold for 4 nights to raise money for the South Oakland shelter. His tent was visited by local celebrities and heroes like Darren McCarty, Vinny Dombrowski of the band Sponge, and the Russian 5 director, Josh Reel. But you don't consider this newsworthy. The Boston Red Sox organization donated $1,000 to the effort. I would think this alone would warrant a piece on your local, quote, news.
Yeah.
Why are you ignoring this piece? I can only assume it's because the 3 guys that run the Detroit Cast, Mike, Jay, and Eric, sit in a basement studio covering more interesting and relevant news stories than you and your staff of dozens and multi-million-dollar budgets are capable or willing to broadcast. I guess I can understand why you wouldn't want to mention a podcast that so clearly does your job better than you do.
Well, they'll mention a podcast, just not this one.
You should be embarrassed for yourselves, especially when you consider the additional money that could have been raised had the local media covered this story. I, for one, will continue to get my news from varied and reliable sources online and bypass your antiquated and clueless ideas about what constitutes local news. Shame, shame.
Wow.
He gave a shame at the end.
He put him in the Hall of Shame?
Oh, that, yeah. Good day. Gives him a good day, sir, at the end. Sean. That was written February 22nd at 12:37 p.m. About an hour later, he writes back to say, just follow up on my angry email to Fox 2 after listening to the first half of the episode, 12:27. Yeah. So, after listening to the second half, I sent an apologetic email to Fox 2. Oops.
Yeah, it happens. Well, you might want to just resend that first one again. Because they didn't air shit. I was talking to ML and I'm like, it's almost funnier if it was they were pissed at me for my rant, that it's like they got word of it. Because I was talking to ML Elric and Ryan Armani, just texting back when both. I'm like, hey dude, what the fuck happened? And I said, the only reason I'm irritated, I said, it's almost funnier that you guys didn't run the piece. It's like you trolled us trolled up proper. That's almost funnier of a story. But the fact is, this fucking exhausted he wasn't supposed to be there that next night.
Yeah.
And he spent fucking another 12 hours out there,
because they
dancing
came by.
the jigaboo. You know what I mean? He was just shucking and jiving out there for another 12 fucking hours. And it was like no apologies, no nothing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I thought it was fucking, and I was like, So I was like, did you guys really? And ML was like, dude, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. That was. Anyway, it brought me to the other local newscast. That's why I thought of it. But no, ML was like, dude, I would be shocked if this was some retaliatory move because of your rant. He said, first off, you told every one of us right away that you went on a horrible rant about the local media, including all of us. He said, so I can't imagine that, it's not like they just found out about it. You told everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why they would have done that. And I said, I don't either. I said, I don't, some people are like, well, sometimes things get shelved and you don't fucking, it happens. And I'm like, no, they were here in 15 minutes after I talked to them. They had a crew here. They were shooting B-roll, doing interviews like that. You don't scrap that. That doesn't get, oh, maybe it's breaking news. I'm like, nah, you had a mom dancing because her fucking daughter got into college on the news that night. So, yeah, I was dancing in the.
Is that right?
So don't tell me there was like, well, we were overloaded with breaking news.
No,
No.
Important shit was happening.
Yeah, they were gonna try to find out. And Ryan Armani, Ryan hosted when E did the dancing.
Right.
The first time. So he's familiar with SOS and E, and he's known me for a long time. So he was like, I'll try to find out, but I haven't heard anything from them since then. I hope to God they wouldn't be so thin-skinned as to go, fuck it, screw the homeless in Detroit. That guy said we were shitty, as part of a giant rant about everybody in local media. It wasn't just Fox 2. I was just pissed off. I was thinking about all 5 years of nothing. That's what it was. And I wasn't thrilled with it, by the way. When I listened back to it, yeah, did I repost it? Sure I did. But I wasn't thrilled with it because I'd lost.
Could have been better. Could have buttoned it down a little better, you think?
No, because a lot of people write me going, fuck yeah, dude, that was amazing. That was awesome. About time someone said it and I was like, you know what? No, it wasn't good because I was out of control. I let emotion take over and I was kind of out of control a little bit. I was, swearing too much and, I was more emotional than anything. And so that you don't want to be
that just
in that moment is not a good spot to be, What are you saying?
I don't know. You know what, man? You came off of a week that we'd been doing this whole thing, and we were all tired.
It was frustrating.
And I think that's what it was. Like you said, 5 years. It wasn't just the charities we've done, but other things this show has done that I think could warrant an interesting story. But,
and behind the scenes,
if you want to pin it on something, pin it on that.
And truthfully, like if when I think of my career, I'm thinking about other shit. I'm thinking about the 17 previous years in media locally, where I know when we got a hold of them for something, they would run to you, and then to be like, I thought I knew all you guys. And now it's like, crickets. And it's like, you really are doing good shit. It was like, fuck this, man. This is bullshit. So whatever. Hopefully they get back to me. I'd like to know. I really would. If it was like, we shot some stuff. We just couldn't cut it in time.
Yeah.
That's what happened. Sorry. No offense. It wasn't because of that, but who knows?
We will save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
All right. Sounds good. Enjoy the Oscars tonight. I know you will, Jay. You've got YouTube Red TV or whatever.
I got YouTube TV. Dude, I'm going to have it live driving home. I'm going to be listening. Oh, my gosh.
Really?
It's
yeah.
great. I can't wait.
Awesome. E, I know you will, too.
Oh, my God. Don't ruin it for me.
Actually watch a little bit of it for me.
I actually...
I
don't have DVR anymore, so it's on right now.
DVR?
No, we got rid of it.
Okay, come over early. I'll have a DVR for you.
Okay.
Dude, the Gaga is up for 2. It's worth a watch. I know.
If that fucking old bird,
she's gonna get it. Glenn Close will beat her, but the Gaga will get it for music or the original song, right?
By the way, a woman named Glenn.
Yeah,
her name is Glenn.
She's always been so gross to me.
Yeah,
the name, the whole Basic Instinct role was she's just creepy.
Was she Basic Instinct?
Not Basic. I always say that.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Yeah, I can't remember.
One with Doug Michaelis.
Yes. But Glenn, great name for a cat.
Great name.
Has anyone seen Glenn?
Great name for a manager at Jeans Hardware.
Yes. Don't close
a mulleted manager at Jeans Hardware.
Hell yes. By the way, Hank Yeomans was over here the other day.
Oh yeah.
He showed up, walked in the fucking door.
Hank
Yeomans. Yes.
What?
He feels bad about the way he exited here. Wants to give back the money that he was paid.
Oh, okay. Well, that'd be nice.
I was like, no, dude.
No, I disagree. I'd love to receive your money back, Hank.
He was like, I was like, what are you talking about? You weren't even paid. Hank, this is weighing on you. This is not good stuff. But anyways,
Fatal Attraction.
You're gonna let
Fatal Attraction. That's what it is. Yeah. I always say Basic Instinct.
Yeah. All right, we'll get out of here. Thanks everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening, and as always, thank you,